One night of forbidden passion on a luxury yacht. Would you survive when every secret floats to the surface? Before we dive into this dangerously seductive story, comment below where you're watching from today. And if you love stories dripping with passion, betrayal, and shocking twists, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more addictive tales. The Seraphina glided across the dark Mediterranean, its decks aglow with soft golden lights. Champagne flowed, laughter sparkled, and behind every smile was a secret waiting to be exposed. Among them, Isabella stood out, her red silk dress painted onto her curves, a high slit slicing up her thigh. Her dark hair, tousled just enough to hint at mischief, caught the light as she moved. Men watched. Women whispered. But Lorenzo, tall, broad-shouldered, the streaks of silver in his hair only making him more irresistible, didn't just watch. He claimed her with a single glance. His fingers brushed the small of her back, tracing the line where silk met skin. She shivered under his touch. Married, dangerous, perfect. The wind whipped around them at the bow, the sea stretching endless into the night. Lorenzo's mouth found hers, hard and demanding, his hand sliding up her thigh, discovering her bare skin beneath the dress. "Bold," he murmured, his fingers parting her slick folds. "You knew exactly what you wanted tonight." Her hands fumbled with his belt, freeing him, her palm wrapping around his thickness, feeling the pulse of forbidden desire. He spun her, bending her over the railing, her dress bunched at her waist. His hand slid between her shoulder blades, pressing her down. The first thrust made her gasp, the second made her moan. His hand clamped over her mouth, muffling every sinful sound as his hips drove into her over and over. Skin slapped against skin, salt air tangling with her cries. Her nails clawed the railing, the pleasure sharp and merciless. When her release hit, her legs trembled so violently he had to hold her upright, her body locked around him until they both shattered. Sunlight sliced through the blinds when Isabella woke. The sheets were cold beside her. Lorenzo was gone. On deck, the air was thick with tension. Stefano, the yacht's owner, was missing. Blood streaked the hallway near his cabin. A cufflink lay abandoned in a pool of champagne. The radios were dead. They were cut off. The captain's voice cracked as he ordered everyone to stay aboard. But the whispers spread faster than fear. Who saw what? Who was with who? And where was Lorenzo? From the upper deck, Bianca, Stefano's wife, descended like a ghost. White silk clung to her, diamonds glinting in the morning sun. Her expression was unreadable. Her eyes locked onto Isabella. "You were with Lorenzo." Her voice was soft, too soft. Isabella's stomach clenched. Bianca's smile never touched her eyes. "Relax, sweetheart. You were never his first." Years earlier, Bianca had been the one pressed against the desk in Stefano's office, her robe slipping off her shoulders as Lorenzo's mouth traced down her spine. Her moans filled the room, her fingers tugging his hair, her legs spread wide as Lorenzo took her over and over. Stefano's wedding photo staring back at them. They'd fucked on deck in the master cabin, even in Stefano's own bed. And Bianca made sure her husband knew. Every button left undone, every lipstick stain deliberately left on Lorenzo's collar, all part of the game. Hours before the party, Stefano stood in the shadows, watching through a cracked door as Bianca once again welcomed Lorenzo between her legs. But this time, there was no jealousy, only resolve. The anchor chain groaned as it was raised, seawater cascading from the metal links, and from Stefano's bloated, blue-tinged body, silk rope binding his hands behind his back. Bianca's silk rope. Isabella gagged, stumbling back. You killed him." "We killed him," Bianca corrected smoothly. "What really happened?" Bianca's voice was calm as she laid it all out. Stefano confronted Lorenzo after the party. He knew. All of it. The years of betrayal. The fresh sin with Isabella. It ended in violence. A struggle. Blood spattering the walls. Stefano hit his head. Bianca found Lorenzo, drunk, shaking, babbling about what had happened. She locked him in the storage room to keep him quiet. But Stefano was still breathing, Bianca purred. So I helped him sleep. Isabella's stomach turned. You drowned your own husband. Bianca shrugged. He should have died years ago. At the dock, police flooded the yacht. Statements were taken. The guests said nothing. Loyalty to wealth is thicker than water. But Stefano had planned for everything. Hidden in his office desk, the police found a small USB drive. Security footage from secret cameras Stefano had installed months earlier. Cameras Bianca never knew existed. The footage showed everything. Bianca dragging Stefano's semi-conscious body across the deck. The moment she looped the silk rope around his wrists and kicked him overboard, his gurgled scream swallowed by the sea. Lorenzo, battered and disoriented, was cleared of murder, but arrested for assault and obstruction. Bianca's tears, so carefully rehearsed, failed her when the officers snapped the cuffs around her wrists. If this story left you breathless, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more twisted tales of desire and deception. Who do you think deserved their fate? Bianca, Lorenzo, or Stefano? And what should Isabella do with the secret she holds? Drop your theory below.